From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with a short-term forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, July 7th. While we enjoyed a break in the oppressive heat and humidity over the 4th of July weekend, but unfortunately the humidity has made a comeback early this week and it's going to stick around through at least the next 7 to 10 days. It's not going to be quite as hot as what we dealt with in late June, but wow, the dew points are going to be back in the low to mid 70s and that humidity is going to be downright oppressive out there over the next several days and really throughout the entire week. So without further ado, let me start by taking a look at our daily climatology. I'm expecting a high of 88 degrees this afternoon at Millersville, and that's very close to the normal high of 86. Today's record high of 100 was set in 2012. This morning's low was 74 degrees, and that's way above the average low of 62. The record low of 43 was set in 1918. As we take a look at the sky cam from the John Wright restaurant looking east across the Susquehanna River into Lancaster County, well, if you really don't see any sunshine out there, skies are basically overcast east of the Susquehanna River right now as what's left of Tropical Depression Chantal moves northeastward through the Delmarva region. However, as you go farther west across the lower Susquehanna Valley, skies are much brighter, and once you get west of I-83, it's generally mostly sunny. So do expect these clouds to begin to thin out and push farther to the north and east throughout the rest of the afternoon. And you can see exactly that on the visible satellite imagery. Really, skies are mostly sunny west of I-83 and Route 11, and they're mostly cloudy in areas farther east. But again, as this what's left of Chantal pushes north and east, skies are going to continue to clear throughout the rest of York, Lancaster, and Lebanon counties throughout the rest of the afternoon. As we take a look at the radar imagery, there's really not too much activity right now across the lower Susquehanna Valley. However, there are some slow-moving, drenching showers and isolated thunderstorms across parts of Chester County and much of southeastern PA right now. There is some steadier, heavier rain across parts of the Delmarva region. However, I do think most areas north and west of I-95 and then west of the Susquehanna River are going to be spared from much activity this afternoon. And really, I think you have to get into Chester County and in particular areas south and east of I-95 for excessive rainfall amounts and any flash flooding concerns. So overall, we got spared from this one. As we take a look at the Euro model for 8 p.m. this evening, well, you'll notice what's left of Chantal now over New Jersey and really heading up toward New York City and Long Island. But again, most of the activity is going to start to weaken later this afternoon and this evening as what's left of Chantal continues to fall apart. In the wake of that, well, it looks like a mainly clear, warm and muggy night. There may be a stray shower around north and west of I-81 early on, but I think overall the night is dry with low temperatures in the oppressively warm low to mid 70s. There is a weak disturbance that's going to be moving eastward across the Ohio Valley throughout tonight, and that's going to be associated with a very weak and subtle cold front that's going to push through the mid-Atlantic states, lower Susquehanna Valley, northern Maryland, and southeastern PA tomorrow afternoon. And with all this heat and humidity around, well, the atmosphere is going to be highly unstable. It's not going to take much to allow showers and heavy thunderstorms to erupt in the afternoon, and that cold front is going to serve as the triggering mechanism for those showers and storms. Some of these storms will be very slow moving, so again, locally heavy rainfall amounts and isolated flash flooding are going to be the primary concerns with these storms, especially given the massive surplus of rain that we've had over the last 2 months. Some of these storms will also contain highly localized damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, so don't be surprised to see a few downed trees and power lines and isolated power outages across the region. But much like what we dealt with last week, the heavy rainfall and flash flooding are going to be the primary concerns. Fortunately, in the wake of that cold front, it does look like a bubble of high pressure is going to briefly settle over the Commonwealth on Wednesday, and that's going to promote drier conditions, but it's still going to be quite hot and humid out there with high temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. Let me take a couple steps back, and I do want to show you a more localized view of what it may look like Tuesday afternoon. This is the HERS simulation of what the radar may look like at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, and this is what it looks like on the 3-kilometer NAM model. So you do see those locally heavy showers and storms across the region. I do think most of the activity is going to occur between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Tuesday, so the morning hours should be relatively dry. Another issue we're going to be dealing with over the next 2 to 3 days is, again, that oppressive heat and humidity. So even with high temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90, heat indices are going to approach 100 degrees each of the next 3 afternoons, especially this afternoon west of I-83 and tomorrow across the entire region prior to the arrival of the showers and storms. So make sure to stay hydrated, Blink and drink plenty of non-alcoholic beverages. Wear loose-fitting, light-colored clothing, and take frequent breaks from the heat in an air-conditioned, room or building to minimize the risk of heat-related illnesses. So taking a look at the short-term forecast, mainly clear, warm and muggy tonight, low 72. Increasing clouds, hot and humid on Tuesday with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, high 90. Partly sunny, hot and humid, but drier on Wednesday with a high again near 90. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the short-term forecast. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, stay cool and stay dry out there through the middle of the week.